Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about secondary essays and we're going to address one of the most common prompts, which is why our school. If you want to check out my last video about general advice on how to rock the secondary essays and the applications, then I will link that down below, and make sure you stick around till the end where I will show you one of my responses to the why our school question. Alright, so why this school essay? Now this is a pretty typical common prompt that a lot of schools will ask, and they might ask it in different ways, but they're all basically asking the same thing. So let's look at three examples of how three different schools ask this question. First, we start off with Mayo Clinic. Why are you specifically interested in pursuing your medical education at Mayo Clinic, even if you gain acceptances to other highly ranked medical schools? So this is pretty straightforward. Why this school? Number two, briefly describe why you're interested in attending the University of Minnesota Medical School. So that's also straightforward. And then we have the third one from the University of Colorado. Please write about the fit between your experiences and goals in the University of Colorado. And if you're a reapplicant, include how your application has changed. So all of these three prompts are basically pretty similar, and they're asking you all the same thing. First, why do you want to come to our school specifically, right? When schools accept students, they want those students to eventually enroll and not have to worry about constantly having to pull people off the wait list or getting false acceptances and so on and so forth. So it's important for them to understand why you're specifically interested in that school, and not just because it's a highly ranked school or just for the sake of getting into any school. And of course, it's important both for you and the school to make sure that you're a good fit. If, again, I give an example, if a school is focusing a lot on primary care and rural medicine and that is not of interest to you, then you have to really think about, does it make sense for you to attend that school? Will that fit between your goals and their goals actually match up? So when it comes to this prompt of why this school, why our school, this is how I recommend that you start thinking about answering this question. So first, you have to do your research on the school. You have to get really deep into their website and look at a bunch of different aspects. Make sure you understand what they have to offer. When you're sending in primary applications, you're not necessarily looking that much into depth on each specific school, but now during your secondary applications is the time to do so. So do really good in-depth research and find things that you really like about that school that are unique to that school. So you have to be, point number two, you have to be specific. You have to go and look through their mission statement and see what makes them different from other schools and other school mission statements. Look at specific faculty. They might have somebody who's very well known that specializes in some specific type of procedure that's only done there. Look at the courses. What kind of curriculum do they have? Is it blocked schedule? Do they have, elective courses? What kind of research opportunities do they have? Can you go abroad? So you have to make sure that you really dig deep and find specific and unique things about that school that make them stand out from other schools. And then point number three, again, I emphasize the fit. So once you find things that are specific to that school, you have to show them how those things fit into your life, how you have past experiences that align with those specific details, how your personality matches the school environment, and how your future goals will also be enhanced by attending this specific school that offers these specific things. So again, it's a two-way street. You have to make sure that it's a good match. They want to know if you're a good match for them, but they also want to know that you know they are a good match for you. So this is how I approach it. This is what I do when I get the why this school question. I do my in-depth research on the school through their website or just looking up on YouTube a bunch of different videos and trying to get as much information about the school as I can. And I pick three things that I like. So three things that might stand out to me that other schools don't offer. And then when I start writing, I like to basically list those three things. So I will first discuss that one thing that I like. After I've discussed it, then I will provide an example or an experience or maybe a goal that I have and how that matches up with that one thing that this school has to offer. And then I will basically repeat that for all three of the things that I like. So I state what I like, I give an example or show how that relates to my life, and then I state the second thing that I like, give an example, and repeat the same thing over and over again. And this is my process. You can write however you like to write. And again, when you're writing, you will see when I show you my example, my writing isn't anything flowery. It's very straightforward, to the point. This is what I like. This is why I like it. This is why I believe I fit in. So let's take a look at an example of why this school. I'm going to look at specifically Mayo Clinic. So again, their prompt is, why are you specifically interested in pursuing your medical education at Mayo Clinic School of Medicine, even if you gain acceptances to other highly ranked schools? Remember, you have to show them why they are special, just like you have to show them why you are special. So I'm going to show you kind of a quick search through their website and some things that might stick out to me that I could possibly like based on my experiences. Now, before we go into the website, some things that I really like. So I studied biomedical engineering, so I really like creating things, working on projects, biotechnology, working in startups. I have several experiences working in startups. I also have traveled a lot abroad, so I really like being abroad, traveling, global health. And so those are some things that I'm always reflecting on when I'm looking at schools. I also like having a lot of flexibility in my schedule, being able to, create my own learning experiences. And so when I'm looking through a website, I'm trying to see if there's anything specific that can enhance my goals and make sure I have a good environment in medical school that will align with what I like. Okay, so here we go. I'm on the Mayo Clinic School of Medicine website, and the first thing I'm going to look at is their vision or their mission and see how that aligns with my goals, right? To educate and inspire a diverse workforce, compassionate, culturally sensitive. So again, innovation, advanced healthcare. You can definitely pick something from the mission statement that you really like that aligns with your values to address in your secondary essay. And that's one of the first things I recommend looking at. Now from there, I will go to strictly to the MD program and check out some of the other quick details that I might see. MD program overview. Let's see, nothing too interesting here, but maybe if I go to, let's say, curriculum, I might find something interesting. So in their curriculum overview, I can see that their curriculum is in blocks. So they have a block schedule. Another thing here, let's see, selectives. What are those? Self-directed experiences designed in the curriculum to focus on research, global health. Okay, so this is interesting for me because it says it's self-directed, so something that I can create on my own. And they also bring up global health. That's also interesting to me. And again, global health opportunities. So I would definitely be interested in reading more about this. And they have advanced learning programs. So they have dual degree programs, which I'm going to look into briefly here. Something that might be of interest to me. Okay, so because I've worked previously in startups and entrepreneurship as well as engineering, these two programs might be of interest to me. So an MD with a Master of Science in Bioengineering as well as an MD and a Master in Business Administration. So that's something that is appealing at first glance to me personally. Let's look more into the selectives. So they go and describe what selectives are, and it says that activities are not restricted to only Mayo Clinic, so you can go elsewhere to do them. They're 1 to 2 week blocks that enable you to have a self-directed approach in your medical curriculum. Okay, so these are interesting, and they might not be available at other medical schools. So that's something that I will definitely do more research into. So I'm back at overview, and if I go to explore training locations, this is interesting. So actually what happens is they have these track options. So there are several campuses that you can be on. You can be in Arizona, Minnesota, or there's this combination of Florida 2+2 track, so you can spend some time in one campus and then other time in another campus. And this is actually pretty appealing to me as well because I don't like being so-called stuck in one place for too long. I like moving around. I like traveling. So this is definitely a unique aspect that I don't think many other medical schools offer you. So now I have picked a few things that I like based on their program, and I would definitely go in and do some more in-depth research on each of these things that I like. Okay, so what I would do is I will then create my quick list of things that I like automatically, and if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like. So what I really liked in this case is the selectives, the self-directed learning experiences where you can spend a week or two doing whatever you want, as long as it enhances your medical education. They have global health opportunities, which is cool, allows you to see different aspects, different countries and healthcare in different countries. They also have the dual degree programs, which is interesting to me, the MBA and the MS in bioengineering, and the fact that they have multiple campuses that you can rotate through and be exposed to a lot of different things. So then from here, I will basically pick the top 3 things or kind of consolidate them. So I have 3 main points as to why I want to go to this school. And I just like to stick to 3. If you want to do 2 or 5, whatever, as long as you can meet your word requirement. So I have split my response into 3 pieces. So this first piece talks about my interest in the Florida Focus Track, which allows students to pursue the first 2 years on one campus and the last 2 years in a different location. And again, I then go and expand as to why this is relatable to me. So I like adaptability to a new environment, a broad spectrum of opportunities. And for me, I realized that moving environments has allowed me to stay focused and more motivated rather than stagnating and becoming too comfortable in one environment. So again, there's nothing fancy in this statement. I'm literally just trying to convey what I like and who I am as a person and what I believe in. So then for point number 2, I go into the selective tracks, which allow for self-directed discovery and learning opportunities. And again, this is, I think, pretty unique. I don't know if many medical schools allow you to do this because typically curriculum is pretty strict and rigid. And so I state that this is an aspect that excites me because through my Fulbright experience, I traveled to and lived in Poland, and then I did a pre-medical fellowship in Greece. So I've developed these interests in observing medical systems all over the world, and I would like to use the selectives to possibly do a rotation or a clinical observation in a different country to then be able to learn about different healthcare systems. So again, I'm stating specifically what the school has to offer and then stating how that relates to me. And then finally, I mentioned the dual degree programs that are of interest to me. Now, most schools, I think there are schools that do offer dual degree programs, so that's not necessarily super unique, but the unique part is that they offer specific ones that may cater specifically to your interests. So in this case, I state here first that I have conducted research in the past, and because of this and my work in engineering and entrepreneurship and startups, that I would like to engage in either the Master in Business Administration or Master in Biomedical Engineering. So you can then again see first here I state what my past experiences were and then what Mayo has to offer that will align with my goals. So there you have it. Those are my 3 main points. And again, everything's just stated pretty straightforward and clear so that they can understand. And this is all reinforced already in my primary application. So I'm not coming up with new experiences. They can read in depth about my biomedical engineering experience, my startup experiences in my primary application. And then the secondary essays are just further reinforcing all of those experiences and emphasizing the fit. So there we have it, guys. This is how I like to approach the why this school or why our school essay. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. And don't forget to subscribe for our next video. Next time, I'll be covering some other common prompts and how to approach them. And don't forget, if you need any resources, they will be linked in my blog below, including the application tracker, secondary application tracker, any medical school cost budget templates. Go ahead and check them out below, and I'll see you guys next time.